Blackstars game
sure
ye be raho pay na yen share other stories so e wo amonne
sure
na ya ba be Blackstars no enra Norway ene France game no said you be enim ye bo game ni na wie na akwakoye 4-1 in favor of France national team no on say enra ye analyze game no asemba ko na me di kan ka choro say e game ba ko a mimi hu ni see e be hu goals e wo game nim because two countries are omobo no omobo ni nyina no omushe goals and na me expect a lot of goals from that game and eventually you who goals e wo game nim by game ne be sha say me hu two countries ni nyina line up no and am say say me hwe Norway line up na me hwe France line up it seems as no way for na for mo ho adwen because now you expect say two teams are obia with 6 points before the game and when they be the first. So now me expect say obia be use ni full squad, the strong side. But watch France for lineup on the shall say Mbappe jinem, Doué jinem, Michael Olise jinem, Tchouameni jinem. Te say obia o matter bia mu key players nya Dembele, obia jinem. But we question no way for the lineup na. Ni key players ni na no. Obenchi omo. No Haaland, Solot anyhow, Martin Odegaard anyhow. Musa Efri bench later and obey mu Sanderbeck esusu entimi ansa se enti no way key players ni nyina no mu nyina no ye de omegu bench so muka say there be any no way for no omo say omo tosu mienu a e kwan no ba akofa no ba akohia I because no mu no say ebebo mo but after the game anomu ko say enye sa akra ohun say the key players no fatigue asset in enti no resting the players ni be brain na no because won so ma bre enti be me end disrespect your decision eyomo no way na decide say the person ya the omo ye me end disrespect sa omo decision after all omo timi qualify to the next stage of the competition ba mo fa France for no enya ade bi ade na France for enya no this time around over depending on just one player. Those are almost star man. France national team, you know, main man, almost star man, Mbappe.
Sure.
But more for many to Mbappe to say tournament where Mbappe in Kwana or the echo. Say, or many other players to say Dembele, Michael Olise, Doué. Sa guys now. Sada sunim be dendi ama Mbappe no on betimi aba game nim no ma bese sanema de ama France na France aje o 3 maximum points
sure
enti omo so many nkoto Mbappe nkwa so and in any major tournament every country be aba FIFA World Cup or one star player but the moment I do any beto sa nipa ne nkwa so no se sa match ni se nipa na enya ne day when timi am perform ya team ni nyina ko off and to be here the effort of other team players ne say almost be complement the star man no and no boy na your boy no na enye Mbappe dey na ye Dembele issue
sure
Dembele ne still show no with the hat-trick no at the end of the day I cover almost star man Mbappe men fa won ko wachi in 2002 Korea Japan now ko Brazil no je World Cup na Brazil star man na Ronaldo phenomenon but no bit to say Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, no money now complementing Ronaldo efforts. Until your games ni bi home pokrana enye Ronaldo and a determined game no. So be kai 2002 Korea Japan, England against Brazil. Na ye Gaucho, Ronaldinho me the stealing show no. By the end of the day, omo main man e cover no o me wini. But 2006 World Cup. Na Italy team na Marcello Lippi kwaji 2006 World Cup for Germany no. Collective effort. Ene eye toti adebachi eye we. Omo depend on just one player. Those so many omo key player wo. Na better ki 2010. Spain for Geno. Your match is be owa eye Iniesta. In the final game it was Iniesta. Your match is be owa eye David Villa. Enti enfa hun ni team star man no. Other players ne complement star man the effort. Better 2014 Germany. Collective efforts. 2018 now France for Russia no. Your matches be owa Mbappe ne still show. Matches be owa Griezmann ne still show no. And to omu nyina complement each other very well. The last World Cup Argentina for J no. One and I the main man. It was Messi. by other teammates complementing Messi efforts. Any game be an Messi dominate here.
Yeah.
Our 2022 World Cup. Your games be a now Julian Alvarez na dominate. Your games be a I held Maria and making sure so best still show no na cover Messi. By the end of the day, our almost star man Messi wo. Yeah. And France for no and for almost star man Mbappe no. Say Dembele betima aye adwuma no. Michael Olise betima aye adwuma no. Doué betima aye adwuma no. Bakola betima free bench or betima ba aye adwuma no. Enti da Mbappe enso no. Oni wo gidie se Dembele betima aye de ama.
Sure.
Da Dembele enso no wo gidie se Michael Olise betima ba aye. Enya de ba ko a e betima boa French national team a e be ye omo strength.
Okay.
Ade e be say omo team no e timer on selfish game. Because they say Dembele waje Ballon d'Or. Or the PSG e dey agi UEFA Champions League beboa. Champions League e boy PSG for na free Arsenal for nsem.
Yeah.
Dembele betima say semetimi a dominate Europe betime club side a ene me ba World Cup a ma me beba me homodin ma me be still show no na me beje me Ballon d'Or. And maybe it's a boy who was on Lady Mbappe no maybe so on fama no or no person say
yeah
Mbappe soon him say you will World Cup here so obet me I will in terms of big individual awards I also still show no World Cup and your match is be also by act so you selfish baby who was so pass Dembele and answer Michael Olise on ye and the idea best say France team no I say players the best say on be selfish on be ball mo bro by say players na ball mo bro. No mo say omo nyina be complement each other very well. Omo nyina be kabum matches bi o ho a Mbappe your match e bi Dembele no nyina be both together. I think say France for no e wo team a o metima ha adwen e wo FIFA World Cup. Only say players no enkoye selfish.
Yeah.
Na omo ndwen omo individual and I say omo personal glory ho. No mbe dream team no ho first because e ko World Cup a e ya na collective play no e very important. Say team betima achieve wa.
Okay.
Uruguay elusu here to Spain 1-0. I mean okay say Uruguay for every FIFA World Cup 2 points. Uruguay a football nation. World Cup here yeboy. Onim so maji 2 times.
Yeah.
Ye ka countries o ma bom homoden o ma bo bra e wo FIFA World Cup ma Uruguay ka ho. A football nation. O ma produce top players. Am yehu from 1930 ebisi ne. And to say all per country back what see football say or for football Diagra Uruguay for Eka Hubi. And the about 2026 World Cup. Group of whom a Spain, Saudi Arabia, and a Cape Verde.
Wow.
Obia open football biano. Yenyan share tournament nasino. So who group are Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde woman. Okay, say you 2 countries are on bet me I qualify from that group. Nipa do na be Spain and Uruguay. By your bot tournament Uruguay for ako grouper went me a winning game.
Yeah.
Uruguay went me a winning game in 3 games of boy went me a winning.
Wow.
And no problem in and so many talent. Ultimate can't say Uruguay team will say so many talents.
Yes.
Mazia Rahu. Fedi Valverde.
Yes.
Manuel Ugarte. And for send a club side or a good player. In terms of quality omobi. By problem Uruguay for facing nyina no entokwa esi omu team nim entokwa kese anom di ko omu team nim onim say before omuni Spain game no Fedi Valverde Manuel Ugarte Bentancur and senior players ni bi eko omu coach Marcelo Bielsa ho say
okay
coach no ensesa ne nsa no ni training methods ne tactics omu ensesa no nanka Uruguay for no embo omo boy be siuti omo players no say omo sit deep na omo mbo counter ana sa players no ko catch coach no na during team meeting ana Marcelo Bielsa catch players ne say on sesa ne nsa no ene ensesa ne china bo a wuntimi mbo ball na opese obo no awoso oko enti meeting no omo ye no e be 48 minutes ana omo ye sa meeting no na meeting ase no so only Marcelo Bielsa unse omo friend of the sorry to some friend the madman ase we sua de na ma sa abro so enti meeting ase na omo ye no ehona no ahya ase lecture Uruguay for players no about tactics ni sa no man players no say ade na omo ye no embo omo mpe
tactics no may go defend it.
They go counter.
Yeah.
And I will let you at the time Mpokra Machelo Biosa, I will Leeds United no. Ni player ba ko ware. I'm a players ni na no e ko wed ni bi. No what two players ni na wed na se no chiro tactics.
Interesting.
Oye sa coaches ni bia ase o mesua ade sa ma. Abro so.
Yeah.
And meeting no mo ye team meeting, Uruguay for ye team meeting no. Players ni sorry ko you. Players ni be sorry free meeting ase.
Yeah.
So from day one, clearly, na Uruguay, omo dressing room air disorganized. Enti enye quality, and ama Uruguay into me qualify. By team no, na unity ni ho. Na ye disorganized. Players ni coach.
Yeah.
Me no mienu nim say football na ye bono. Coach and a threat players tactics and anyoma. By the moment our players back as a coach, ye empower tactics we no. Forget it. Who your coach be affected?
Olusu dressing room.
Olusu. Esa no ombe so mbebo abro. Okay, Real Madrid ne Rafael Benitez there no. Rafael Benitez about Real Madrid. Oho no be ka kire Ronaldo mu ne boys ne say mu lusu ba ye say. Real Madrid players ne ko report ma Florentino Perez omo bo Benitez abro. Omo ye pa mu Benitez. Lampard mo Chelsea ebisiye. Recently Chelsea recently na big Chelsea players no. Enzo Fernandez mo ye say there be the Liam Rosinia no many nje. So the moment players be ka coach o tactics no training method ye nje ho no fansa guti omba mo lusu matches omma wo mbobo unya results na wo pe no. So adi ama Uruguay for problem ni nyaba no. Enti sa wo hwe Biosa ye pon game na against Spain no. On insem troni ye interview. But the frustration in your concentrate for so. Now otiatians say there is a big problem.
Any
problem kesiye pa. And players are no say omo coach ni sisa nsa and say senior players o. Eye Fedi Valverde, eye Manuel Ugarte, eye Bentancur any senior players.
And even the goalkeeper and so
Muslera.
I think the first half na no kaje go jinso on sisa no.
Division kesiye wo omo team ni. E ka ho na you say Uruguay for team film. Eye sad a painful moment for Uruguay because we are one country, we are top football nation. And minim say Biosa eduma obelusu na eduma because they say no bibia che say players need to ni nya eduma and na affect Uruguay national team no. The Keve story Obodra against Saudi Arabia were qualified to the next stage of the competition. Keve for a story ni just beautiful. Fair. And it's a shame crying.
Yes.
The biamekacho say football no. A life lesson at the maye. Onim say Keved your mind ki bi. Portugal for a di Keved so more than 500 years. Portugal omu di Keved so more than 500 years. And omu ti omu. A country omu population no over 500,000. Omu sapa. And omu qualify for omu first World Cup. Omo first World Cup omo koye no group omo ko tomu no against Spain, against Uruguay, against Saudi Arabia. So we check countries na was our group ni ma. Taking order no Keved na beba form. Nipa dodo na tepu Uruguay ni Spain so mbe qualify. Ba mufa Keved for matches omo boy ni nyina no. The sama na ye fe cry say omo lose match. Keved dey lose match o shia Spain. Spain any Keved no offer nipa 100 say Keved ni Spain when the be win here. About 99% ebe catch say e Spain. Keved mini Spain etigina board draw. Keved ko share Uruguay. Otimini Uruguay for etigina e board draw. And in the last game wetimi draw against Saudi Arabia. Omu journey, omu record any story no. Fekeke. Onim sa de na Keved for aye no. Apejo omo pa and omo country ni be benefit a lot enya football ni keke ade na Keved for aye no Keved as a country on be benefit a lot because nipa dodo na omo nim Keved no omo sha say search about Keved nipa dodo na unsem brofo no omo wasade ni se country bi be ye history bi na attention be omo so a omo person be exploit sa country no enti in brofo no dodo na be ba Keved the moment omo ba Keved unse Keved so ade ba ko a boom economy pano tourism etim go for do na be ba keve krom ho because hono islands ne doso un say island na akeka buma na be yekru abaye country etim go for na do na be visit keve omo visit aye na mo de ba eska ni busi omo economy because of World Cup, because of football. Senya football menya sure say ye benya nipa do on beka keve da sem. And the huni say unim say from 2025 ebesi ene omelusu just one game. Say ye bobo 90 minutes 90 minutes from 2025 besine omelusu just one game. And you only chilling from 2025 besine and itimi ase keve omabo Cameroon wom omabo Egypt wom omabo Serbia wom omabo Spain wom omabo Uruguay wom. Story ni beautiful. Hwe no mu players obi above Vozinha din. Eye football na obama ewiase ni obi above Vozinha din. Obi eka keve da sem. Enu tie Vozinha interview na boy na. O se omo ba World Cup no. Nipa dodo na se omo behwe bi keke, omo bebo bi keke. Omo ntimi make any impact. Enkofu bu omo bem according to omo goalkeeper Vozinha. O se enkofu bu omo bem even omo krom wo mpokra no. Enkofu bu omo bem se omo ntimi be ye hwe. Keve do ni Spain ni Uruguay wo group ma se o de na abekire. Bo ma sa de na mbu omo bem. Omo de motivate omo ho, encourage omo say yenkoye bibi na wiase nyina ehu se Keve yesusu ye good. Yemfa ntoto nipa abrabo. De wo hwe me. De o tie me. Uwo dream bi se opese wudu ha. Uwo dream bi se opese oye sei. Nipa oben wo ondanfofo, wabusuafo. Ombe try so bebu abem. Memma sa bembuo no and destroy wo dream na wo wanim no. De hia ne se ube stay focus. Ube take feedback. Abembuo na nkofo ka kire wo no e wo abrabom no say ade we yi a wo kwa akoyi ensi aga enkoye ma no sa abembuo nsem no take feedback no take de ubetimi e de asesa nyoma me make sure say ube take actions no work towards it that one day sada yesum no ebebem afedie oma na omo ye doubters no obetan omo into believers enti ade na Keve for na ye no abembuo nsem aye ka kire Keve for nkofo bu oma bem so omo ntimi nkoye hwe e wo FIFA World Cup no ene ewiase nyina ebo Keve for abaso enti bi nua bema mi nua ba abrabo na ye bo no mesrew memu biembu abemu da nya gidie sonko focus na work towards it na dachi sa dream no e better into reality ene Keve na omu dream turning into reality no yemfa bi mbobra mamenye kakra bi on transfers Arsenal epe abrante friend say Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa na Aston Villa for sika na omu epe no e wosoro Aston Villa for pebe 120 million pounds na adia Arsenal for ye ne say Arsenal for ama Arsenal players are omo England national team try some be convince Morgan Rogers so mutimi convince Morgan Rogers na o accept Arsenal say afide magia to member Arsenal na eno na betima ma Arsenal for negotiate better with Aston Villa for because Aston Villa for Chelsea any wo ho other clubs any wo ho so the moment our clubs ne be do so no Aston Villa for benya sa power ne say ebeko the highest bidder by some Morgan Rogers jitum say Arsenal kwa na me pa ebe force Aston Villa say oni on beti bo ne so dia ma Arsenal enti Arsenal for ma ebereche eze omama Bukayo Saka omama Declan Rice and convince Morgan Rogers say e ma ni nkotim bia ombra Arsenal bo buku nim so mo twen say Morgan Rogers beje Arsenal dia na tum na adikonti a Arsenal for atetani abre Morgan Rogers no mi hwehwe mu kire say eye nyoma miensa no die di kan ye say Arteta attacking midfielder the level of productivity also in terms of goals contribution so timisha goals etimi ma assist on say Martin Odegaard mom very good players but mo numbers no any suru bebre even season etwem no Morgan Rogers in all competition Emma Aston Villa 14 goals 12 assists So in terms of productivity also, I can who be na Arsenal pay. The second thing, adaptation. Arsenal for Epe Obia Obaya no Premier League ne bon yene day. Morgan Rogers in Premier League no. Or your English boy into adaptation any problem. And the third factor, a defensive contribution. Adia bakwa last season a boy Arsenal pano how we defend it. And no defend there a collective and found one say or striker or your winger. We na mu defend the boom. Until without the ball. Omo say Morgan Rogers will be a near din or said it me defend very well. In terms of for any reasons I'm a Teta. Any Arsenal for Epe Morgan Rogers. Into omo train say Morgan Rogers ebe accept Arsenal first. Na Arsenal any Aston Villa for Akasa. Matheus Fernandes a West Ham for player. Na wachi ewie ye weekend we ebetima ye D-Day e dey ama Matheus Fernandes West Ham player no as to say obekọ Manchester United and also obekọ Spurs because weekend we Manchester ne Spurs mpanyimfo nyina be share West Ham for. Na West Ham mpanyimfo e dey ato wo he Mendes anim say omo die ombeton akra no bebe ye te say asori dem for the ball eko baako eko mienu wa osika so na abefa enti West Ham for catch we Mendes say omba accept the highest bidder between Spurs and Manchester United when the biska kese beba ni nyina na ye say West Ham for offer Matheus Fernandes e dey free Southampton no omo tu 38 million pounds plus add-ons omo tu aseska no ana Southampton for this shame say that West Ham for ton Matheus Fernandes omo we Southampton for 15%. And it means that West Ham ebetima ton abrante na I just want this kakese no makoti 15% e dey ama Southampton for no me no ka say Manchester United any team a friend says Spurs the any sika ni proposal akosoro pa no e Spurs for salary a ma offer to Matheus Fernandes e was rotate Manchester there Eska Spurs offer to West Ham you close to 85 million pounds I was rotate Manchester there and installment na Spurs for person mutua no the first installment e kese say Manchester there but kran so ese person onya Manchester panel pay player ne the Manchester panel pool but West Ham for so me omo ne kura no oho no si akan no omo so mbeton de ama team a odis kakese e beba ensese ye twen weekend we and ye bohu baby a Matheus Fernandes beko so beko Manchester United and also beko Spurs Manchester City for enya contact with Morocco for midfielder Boadi Manchester City after say omo complete Elliot Anderson move no Manchester City a contact Boadi ni agent and o show interest na problem ni nyina na say omo pese omo sign it to nanka 2027 Boadi naba enti ankomo sign from Lewa omema na say si akan wo Lewa no wenya enough playing time no etimi develop very well na 2027 omaba because omo won say obeye the long term replacement e dey ama Rodrigo Cascante enti o say omo make sure say omo timi say abrante ne ntem then again Leo for say ombeton no e dey ama timi friend say Manchester City 75 to 85 million euros anombeje what do you know Oko World Cup here the value as akosoro because of the performance on say oye sa midfielders omugina defensive line enim onyusu physicality the ball on say mostly defenders say midfielders omugina defenders enim no eya ope obi oye combative obi a use ahoden ne sa energy no by body ne de no oye more of a technical deep lying playmaker enti eye ne ball skills no and the dominating finfin etimi edema enti no timi act as a rhythm controller enti Manchester City for say by 2027 no na Rodri yemre no je soko na Boadi na ba be long term replacement e de ama no John Stones ni situation ni ye on say oye free agent na ni agent e offer no de koma Barcelona Barca for say omu hu John Stones ye ni agent ni sa offer no koma Bayern for say yembo World Cup ni wie me no ka say Juventus for Luciano Spalletti aka che Juventus impenyi for say omon try so betimenya John Stones na John Stones agent ni so person de ni ko team kese enti omo twen say bobo World Cup na wie already Napoli for contact John Stones and the agent but ma catch Napoli for say omunya abotre after World Cup no by John Stones so pe team kese e to say Barcelona and Bayern by Juventus for contact John Stones me no wo wie kran me ko wie wa Barcelona emu aye ding Julian Alvarez minim say ebe ye nigi sem e de ama Barcelona for na ebe ye enye deso so mfa ma omon be wo the opposite side ni nyina na ye say reports are no pay e ba kire say Julian Alvarez on say na be ka kire say okwa Argentina camp de bi obusa Messi Barcelona reports are no pay e ba kire say Julian Alvarez e decide say Atletico Madrid for any Barcelona and negotiate and share on return it. Opeso tietia. Yes, initially na sadi ni mitrim. But you say Atletico Madrid for na Air Force Abranti and say obeti etua. Inti say Atletico Madrid for and negotiate with Barcelona. Ebe force ne say on return it to Atletico Madrid. Catch any agent Fernando Hidalgo say or no ye player or a professional or Atletico Madrid or respect Atletico Madrid but Atletico Madrid for no Air Force no and to back a World Cup we Julian Alvarez aba bontin publicly abeka so person free Atletico Madrid Atletico Madrid for your Madrid say on dey accept PSG and Arsenal offer no on de ko to Abrante nim oso ompe ne die so ne yese obehye Barcelona for jesi senya Barcelona ompe team bia na de waka aye hu ne yese ose sese no some motivation e beto aso de abo Atletico Madrid de bi ni ho eye big statement motivation na ono Julian Alvarez e de bobo Atletico Madrid e bi ni ho so the only way out e yese wo sem mameko en kona mpese me kono e Barcelona abufa oni obate wo osi odo mpokra no eyesen na oba ne bebie nenum aka cho say relationship no mini ani gie wo me pese me ko na wo force ne say chenchi no ntra die ne besi ejem na abeto because yes Julian Alvarez no say motivation be no way so person owo ni mu so body ama Atletico Madrid and Atletico Madrid for some person de baba Barca and akran so person be ko team dia just Barcelona. I think the only way out for now maybe a situation akoduro no Atletico Madrid ne Barcelona for negotiate na enkoye win-win Barca in Chiesca ebeboa Atletico Madrid ne Barcelona nyina na asumbie mbra because Barca benya ni player Atletico Madrid ebenya ni sika Julian Alvarez ebenya ni dream team by Atletico Madrid for so yen say chinchina yen ton ne so a player na ho fama wo so disi akan Atletico Madrid emba ana Barca so entimi entue ska ebeso Atletico Madrid ni omo so nya player no it is about negotiation. Omuntina se no munya negotiate Atletico Madrid say maybe say 150 million euros 120 million euros amopa Barca ebe ready so betua na so yetimi aba because say player beka say motivation be ni ho say mebo board ama team we die odonasa nti e also mo negotiate na obi anya na so ndie na ekoye win-win for three parties ni na.
Okay, Kwame, me da se eno Kwame Dela ena everyone senu bebre e dia me bigi e ba ne mo
ma men sha se fan fi bebi Kwame wie no Julian Alvarez Atletico Madrid Barcelona conversation no otsena se na odwene ho a ho it is serious and it is funny at the same time. Atletico Madrid will power more power. Atletico Madrid and some more thing. When you say in 2024, and Julian Alvarez extending the contract with Atletico Madrid. contract now signing with Atletico Madrid no. Joining the club in 2024, contract was signing, you know. Was signed 6 years contract. 6 years old. You are fibing we are 2026. 2026 now you want akwadane contract ni 2030 June 30th. June 30th 2030. Into aka 4 solid years. And Sana Julian Alvarez contract with Atletico Madrid. And no nama Atletico Madrid power to have every kind of conversation I'm person have it with any form of club. Some of beton, some on tongue, some of be play and a day. A omo banche. Atletico Madrid ne to me no. When the clubs have the power, only decide it. The only thing you can do and say so ne kasa na nkomo ne twintwan na nkomo ne den. Fortunately for the Spanish La Liga, emra wo ho. Se player ni decide so obekọ na so opeso konkon ade a. Club na obaba beto player no. Ebetimi ama player na to ne ho out of contract. It is card Atletico Madrid pese oje. Sika ya akwada ne buyout clause. I want a contract mo no. So okay, who ye ni twintwan de a, ene akwada ne buyout clause de. Ne buyout clause no Barcelona fa say ska ne bra. Fama akwada no nkonkutua. Otua wia waton ho out of contract. Ne fa akwada ne fa ko. Me ye sure say de yankomo ya yedi. Barcelona ni bia obi odi football achi bia be kai Neymar ne Paris Saint-Germain ne Barca. Na Barca nya ready to beton Neymar. Onya ready to beton Neymar. Paris Saint-Germain di chinchira ono de ope. E di sa ope dia. Fasika ne bra ne bra be fa akwada no na onko. Ena Paris Saint-Germain ko fa 222 million euros. Satani enti bi da. Ewo football mu. So bi fa say sika ne de aye de ben. E de akwa to player. Ba na PSG pe. Basa se on ton. Neymar se obekọ. Se sa na aye de a ene e fa buyout clause ne bra ne fa no. No mutu ya 222 no. Eno mo de fa Neymar de ne ko e. E di sa Barcelona decide se chinchira ope. Na Atletico Madrid to decide se chinchira on ton a. Unim Julian Alvarez buyout clause. 500 million euros. 500 million euros, which is 431 million pounds. And the Julian Alvarez buyout clause. It is a Spanish La Liga rules in the year, Juma. Now let you come out with on tongue. Now, Coranity Chinchino Bequa. Basa 500 million euros for her. I'm going to Julian Alvarez. In any case, is he worth 500 million euros? Realistically. It is a chinchai bemwa. Now, come on, quiet den. Now, let you come out with decide. It's an unsoftened stanza. A big reaction. A bit affect Atletico Madrid. You know why it's going to affect Atletico Madrid? Who keep our player, but the player doesn't have the willpower and the zeal to play for you. Into Jena Park and so on, giving the best in Fama club. A big reaction, a bit affect the club performance. It is going to affect the player because the moment you don't give your best to Atletico Madrid, one kasa over you be perform as a footballer. Atletico Madrid will be forced to put you on the bench. So what's not on a bench? Now the little opportunity of being our club, ultimately put you up the best of performances. And for man Atletico Madrid bobo kunwa, o value kwa na eko form amufa. It the player and to be affected. The third party involved there, Barcelona, it is going to affect Barcelona because at the end of the day, you also didn't get the kind of quality you need. Because of financial reasons. It's a debut Barcelona share. Our mama Kodani and Julian Alvarez no. Barcelona nyabotre. And yes, sir, it will go a long way to affect Barcelona themselves and the player. And Atletico Madrid nina. It's a very sensitive issue. And also how to handle the whole issue. Also how handle the whole issue because I am very sensitive. Contract some any mrasemno and man they day the Barcelona and Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez has been a good player for Atletico Madrid. Was some pa Atletico Madrid. And yeah, at this time, of person feel Atletico Madrid no. And or didn't eba say the why the ama club dinna. Somebody say Tony player, Atletico Madrid Tony player, my boss, and you so. That's Antoine Griezmann koye. And you say carton and quality and your problem. João Felix and Koninamu. I can't quality and Kenya problem. But Koya on the first one over Kono. That is the conversation now. And go on in pennyphobia. There are times team owners, leaders of the club, and you're ready to be a player. But based on how many player and the relationship, and the kind of conversation how many player and having tea. A baby as you know, almost to be jai player and say co. Now the Yashi Nukodi Kukuti are kind of Matimo. You Ferdinand Kebida. Was this car Manchester United try? And the man a former club. Was it Leeds United? Before joining Manchester United, Kwaku, then Yesika team ni pew. Amufa, then Yesika team ni yede epe. No more Manchester United sika no for Momonje. But he felt it was his dream club. A team of person. And when say Manchester United bet me bring out the best in him or no Ferdinand. Into a do ye and say, no penny for no good relationship. Oko training and opa, omo point ya not penny for an office. No more kasa. No Paul Macho. Mama min come better be Manchester United Miss Remo. Minim say no more contract but me pacho we a life changing opportunity. No coffee. Oba training and you more point ya not penny for an office. No more kasa. And penny for se kasa dem abato. It wouldn't penny for the kasa ya. I think penny for the but say na say. And almost all the nyashi. Omo penny for the do omo hon komono. And almost all the nyashi akwara no asom. It's really my Indiana now on Kononkobo Manchester United. No, it's only role I'll play room because of the relationship and only leaders of the club and the one eventually or joining the dream club and Manchester United. And yet, Penny Bia and I'll be decided over theatre. Football, me to say business. It's your leaders we are my theatre our club. The moment decided so. Only a man and command and fan when he near turn on corner baby. But Obi just want my own man now, you know, a bay on also swahili. I'm on also taking certain actions. A bit me affect you and I say BBR until we are saying fair before and not there. It's Barcelona player no. How many player and Casa? That player who will be handle issue no. Then could create problem between on Atletico Madrid. It's commoning na so you need to try. Make catch us say okay, me buy out clause. 500 million euros. Ko Fabra nebra be fa player and fa ne call. Basa was says he cannot be better Julian Alvarez. That is the big question. And that is why they have to be very careful in dealing with the whole situation. However, Cape Verde players almost celebrate our dressing room. No. Players say, Omuko no Mufrimuno. I populated around Nipa 530,000. 530,000. No. May show say Nipa Ukuma so grab also watching omo. And that's Ashanti region, 530,000 the whole country. Now the year Serena man come on ya and they say 530,000 no. Omuke Verde players and they say not even 1% of the 530,000. And a G2 man as a cast over to be qualified from group nim. 1%. Not even 1%. And I am sure someone omunye gidie no. Sani pa no omunnu 1% no. Omuno enye omo photo. No kure woman say realistically group na no mo kwa dem no extremely difficult. And me sure some players na ngasa no omunye gidie to metimi qualify. She unko World Cup unko World Cup li bi da. World Cup na unko bi da no. What copy group? First of all, countries now no more group will be about World Cup libida. Saudi Arabia, you so money homoding. But I know World Cup experience at Cape Verde. The last World Cup we played, our Qatar. 1 year shake with Argentina. That alone is an achievement. And Ghana and Germany match I born in 2014. That's the 2 year home. Se Ghana Mode Monne was so. It was the best game of that particular tournament. And one of the best performances ever at the World Cup stage. Why? Because eventually, Germany now any ball 2-2 no no Kokoje World Cup. No. Saudi Arabia Argentina 2022. Argentina eventually one another winner of the 2022 World Cup. Until that alone, a achievement the Saudi Arabia. Only in the whole group or tournament experience channel. You know never free on them. Show Uruguay team no matter the players Uruguay has and the players they don't have. Uruguay team no individual quality. Any known players and known faces. I check it very there. Uruguay ni she or Darwin Nunes. Only she or Federico Valverde. Only she or Manuel Ugarte. Only she or Bentancur. Only team nimo. Only she or Muslera. Team nimo. Only she or one of the most experienced coaches. Besa. Eka team nimo. Aside that, they are previous winners of the World Cup tournament. This is another team who is strong. There is nothing about game anymore. Ben Uruguay and that's what the Blue Uruguay. So individual quality, experience, technical team, any BBR, almost man on in the whole group. Almighty Spain. I am saying Almighty Spain because you need Spain quality. Players from Mukitane ball or Mobo. Or also was our group in him. It is before the World Cup tournament. Now you be so why never qualify for our group in moi. Amofa. Menya shows of a book of the account. Nankambesa, what did you say? Very second. I was our group in him. Debbie. Obasha shake very impa. And Kabasha Shannon the nephew, ABI won't qualify possible third for me. Now, no pokran menya shows of a back count because me man for man count. But eventually, we're about World Cup. Wababa bi shia kesefo wa make sure so be konka omo ama de mode monaco so what to be qualified to the next stage of the competition. They deserve to celebrate. Next game World Cup so mo free mumpa they've done a yeoman's job. Obeka 2006 Ghana qualify in the first World Cup tournament. The free group stage ni mu na ye call ye ni no Brazil share ye 3 Brazil 3 no share ye no me who a single Ghanaian na all complaining because you're more World Cup be that. So getting to that stage alone, now your achievement. World Cup a year kwa, yam for one of your best players uncle you can see because what the red card. On to be more first 3 matches group phase. Ya gain yourself first 3 and you to be qualifying tra. It's one of your best players, you know. My yam fan call World Cup be because on to be mobi. Yam fa la yam kobi. After you qualify you know. You call the knockout phase near you Kingston. It's a doing same in the first tournament. What the first World Cup, what qualified to the next stage of the competition, they deserve to be happy, and I'm happy for the players. At least, Anya Biampono, the worst attention is going to be on Cape Verde. From Eneko, the Cape Verdean national team is going to change because looking at the kind of football Omabono, teams special said Omania Cape Verde, some of players Yoma and the moment of players special say Europe, mainstream Europe. It is going to change the identity and the face of the national team because performance will be increasing. It's a World Cup, and your World Cup keke. Teams, and one of them, and I keep very enjoy. When Ghana qualified for the World Cup in 2006, that time, now 30 seconds advert on CNN cost more than $1 million. But on CNN, everybody was talking about Ghana because we have qualified for World Cup. Some benefits nibi and I keep very minor enjoy, and for me I am happy for them so much to achieve this kind of feat. Romelu Lukaku, Osman Dembele, amofa me can come away be no abum. There are certain players no matter what you do in life you don't get the needed recognition. No matter the obey, no matter what I'll be, and found the obey. Among for instead put premium on you, and said, whom, sir? Medium say a Shebrana saying Krabiadia. World Cup now has been a tournament for the big boys. You share World Cup national. Now Vinicius Junior Bogos, Haaland be Bogos, Kylian Mbappe be Bogos. Ye bodini eshe na la mi yama la baba be bon wa she. It's about a tournament and about the markets for hiking against Croatia. No, but whenever we were talking about the big boys, our World Cup ni mo munya go. Big boys our World Cup ni mo performance in skyrocketing, you know. Everybody was looking at Cristiano Ronaldo. Forgetting say Osman Dembele. And I give Ballon d'Or. Was the best player, but Obian can ask them because yeah, but big boys they come put on winch down tournament and so on. Yeah, Osman Dembele. But even in the second round of the World Cup, game on my boy, no Asheba assist nobody talked about him. Finally, attention they called to say, hey, Osman Dembele po just because I know Dembele about hat-trick. The same thing applies to Lukaku. No matter what he does in the game, I'm on from putting premium on him as we speak. Amufa, and found on your mind with him. See, you saw your top scorer, the master how mine, our bomb. One of the respected strikers of football, Ali Day. Croatia kind of Iran. Top scorer. But the world talks about him. Anya Biano, you could be top scorer. Romelu Lukaku na Belgium all-time top scorer. Romelu Lukaku na Belgium all-time top scorer Namufa. He scored 91 goals in 129 games. 91 oh. As we speak, Kylian Mbappe na France all-time top scorer. Mbappe is 60. When Rooney has 53 goals at the Amado English national team. Romelu Lukaku has 91. In 129 games, Yama Belgium, he doesn't get the needed attention and recognition. Still, I'm all for only Romelu Lukaku is not a good striker. And now I say, go back to a World Cup. Go now, and say, yeah. Aside from Belgium, all-time top scorer, no. Or no, I had the player watching the most goals ever World Cup with Yama Belgium. Still, people don't see him as that kind of striker or football. And the thought that I am a hurt and a worrying. I'm just imagining myself in the shoes of these players. But son, the thought that about it here. And what makes me happy for them, and they say, no matter what Osman Dembele has gone through, no matter what Romelu Lukaku has gone through, these players doesn't sleep. They don't sleep. They keep working harder to climb the ladder of life.